everybody, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. I know I've been gone for a couple of days. I literally feel like I've been gone forever. I am seriously behind on all of the royal tea. I'm behind on a lot of things right now, actually. Going through quite a few personal things. My father is in the hospital. He's been in the hospital since last Sunday and is going to be in the hospital for weeks, possibly months. So if you can send a little prayer and well wishes for my father, I would greatly appreciate it. But I went to my P.O. box and I was so delighted and my heart literally jumped and I broke out in tears actually. You guys are so kind and thoughtful and sweet, and I got quite a few Christmas cards and a couple of Christmas goodies. You guys, it is just what I needed to help celebrate the Christmas season, as I feel this Christmas is going to be a little difficult for my family. Now, one of my followers, Louisa, made me this beautiful handmade Christmas ornament with the year on it, and I am definitely going to have this on every single one of my Christmas trees from here on out. She also sent me an adorable candy cane pin, which I'm going to keep on my desk all year round. Again, thank you so much, Louisa. Thank you to everyone. Seriously, the most beautiful Christmas cards I've ever seen. I will get yours out shortly, and I apologize in advance. I have the world's worst penmanship. I should have been a doctor, but I'm going to get your Christmas cards out to you hopefully this weekend. But you guys, we have a lot of juicy royalty to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So keeping with the Christmas spirit, King Charles received some very festive cheer from Father Christmas himself. He was told from Father Christmas that he was in fact a very good boy and was on top of the good boy list. The king chatted to Santa Claus during a visit to a shopping center in West London on Thursday. There he was mobbed by royal fans who snapped photographs of him on their phone. Shoppers at Ealing Broadway Shopping Center were taken aback when they realized a very famous visitor was checking out the food and craft stalls at the town's Christmas market. Now, during his visit, Charles strolled over to Santa's grotto and had a brief chat with Father Christmas as well as some of his elves. Father Christmas said afterwards, "I told him he's on Santa's very good boy list," and he replied, "Really? I also said to him if he was at Sandringham this year. When he said he was, I asked him if there was room for my sleigh to park." I love the fact that Charles has a great sense of humor and always seems to interact with a large group of people. Now, before touring the market, the sovereign chatted to local charities, awarded the King's Award for Voluntary Service, which range from organizations tackling litter to those supporting hardship and protecting the environment. All in all, it was a very fun interaction to watch. So King Charles is not the only royal getting into the holiday spirit. Queen Camilla hosted her annual Christmas tree decorating party at Clarence House. Now, I have to say, this is my favorite event that Queen Camilla hosts. It is so heartwarming to see those children and their eyes light up when they walk into the room and see this ginormous Christmas tree at Clarence House. Now, the children are a part of two charities of which Queen Camilla is a patron of. One of them is the Helen and Douglas House, and the other is Roald Dahl's Marvelous Children's Charity. Now, these charities support families who have terminally ill children. Now, what I love about this event is that the Queen's equerry, dressed in full uniform, uses the tip of his sword to place the Christmas ornament for the child on the Christmas tree. It just adds a special element of magic to the event. Now, Queen Camilla also surprised the children with a visit from Father Christmas and his reindeer. All in all, it looked like a very fun and magical event. So the most highly anticipated royal Christmas event of the season finally happened as Catherine, the Princess of Wales, hosted her third annual Christmas concert at Westminster Abbey. Now, it was a full house for the royal family as the Prince and Princess of Wales were joined by all three of their children, and I was very excited to finally see little Prince Louis in attendance. Now, Catherine looked stunning as always, dressed head to toe in winter white. Now, the Waleses were joined by a lot of their family members, including the Duchess of Edinburgh, Princess Beatrice, Princess Eugenie, and Kate's parents, Carol and Michael Middleton, along with her sister, Pippa Middleton. Now, this year, unfortunately, King Charles and Queen Camilla had other commitments and did not attend the service. However, the king did send Christmas trees provided from the Windsor Great Park, and he later donated them to the local community. Now, I thought the decorations looked absolutely beautiful and magical. They had a huge nutcracker sitting outside the church, and they added a brand new Christmas post box that was placed outside the west door for children to send handmade cards to other youngsters who might be struggling. I love this idea. Now, we did get to see all three of the Wales' children dropping off their greeting cards, as well as little Wolfie, the stepson of Princess Beatrice. Now, I have to say, besides Catherine, I thought Princess Beatrice looked stunning. She wore a beautiful blue and green tartan A-line dress from Bella London, and I thought she looked gorgeous. Her hair, her outfit, I love her whole family, and I'm really glad that she got to bring her stepson to the event. All in all, it looked like a really nice event. It was very successful, and she did a little promo commercial highlighting that the event is going to be on ITV on Christmas Eve. Are you looking forward to watching this special event? So apparently, Omid Scobie is going through his own version of recollections may vary, as all of a sudden he remembers, oh yeah, there was this, early and uncleared version of the book Endgame that did list the two royal family members as alleged racist, but apparently somehow in the universe, this uncleared draft got over to the translators in the Netherlands. Now, this is after he sat there and doubled down and lied on television and said there was never an English version of the book that listed the names of the royal family members ever. But somehow it magically appeared in the Netherlands for the Dutch translators. Now, we all know he thinks we're a special kind of stupid, but we're not that stupid. So first you said there was never a version in the English language, that you never put the names in the book. Now you're saying, well, it was an earlier copy, but maybe the names were removed, and somehow my publisher sent this uncleared draft over to the Dutch translators, and it was understood that they would wait until they had the final version for them to translate it. But here's the thing, Omid, you should have never had the names listed in your book in the first place, because you cannot 100% prove these allegations. Secondly, it was the whole libel legal issue that you talked about. So why in the world would there ever have been a version of your book, whether it was a draft or not, that the names were listed? Secondly, why would your publisher hand an unedited draft to a translator? That's like doing double duty. You would wait until the book was 100% completed, then signed off, and the final version would then be sent to the translators to translate the full book to Dutch. You wouldn't give them a draft that was not 100% authorized or complete to start a translation. That makes zero sense. But Omid Scooby-Doo is trying to act like we're all dumb and that we're falling for his lies. So we have to thank Omid Scobie for doing this, because it again exposes him for the liar that he is. Apparently, he's been hanging around Harry and Meghan a little too long, because these people think that their lies are never going to see the light of day. You know that old saying, give people enough rope and they're gonna hang themselves. Well, Omid Scooby-Doo, sweetheart, you're just hanging and swinging along because you fell into it once again. So your little PR tactic apparently has backfired, because now you really do look like a lying weasel who nobody can trust. And if you're writing a, quote, factual book based on the royal family, where you're making really bad accusations, but you can't tell the truth to save your life, it pretty much proved to everybody that there's absolutely no truth and fact in your book. And again, your main sources was a person from TikTok, and we all know who that person is, or at least I do, and sources close to the Sussexes, who are not exactly known for telling the truth. And we all know this is pretty much Finding Freedom 2.0, the burn book for Harry and Meghan to kick it to his family once again. You literally put your professional life on the line for two royal grifters. Again, you're not even a royal reporter. You're not part of the royal rota. You got a freed up future from your job at Yahoo. So let's just hope this book does well, because honey, you're going to be broke pretty soon. Remember, you filed bankruptcy just a year or two ago? Yeah, you might be there again, son, because you've literally hitched yourself to the losing wagon. The Harry and Meghan gravy train is going to drive you all the way down to the ground. But again, you've latched yourself as their official, unofficial mouthpiece, and it's not doing you any professional favors. So karma came a calling. Apparently, his book is a big flop, even though Omid Scobie went on Twitter and thanked everyone for his best-selling book, yada, yada, yada. I believe it's ranked 121 on the New York bestsellers list for audiobooks. It didn't even crack the top 100. Now, they said that since his book has been released as of December 6th, he's only sold over 6,000 copies, and it's already being marked half price. Ouch. Now, these sales were 79% lower than his previous release of Finding Freedom. Endgame was flogged across bookstores, supermarkets, and online markets at an average price point of £11.93 in its first 7 days on sale. It means the book was most commonly sold for $10, less than its recommended retail price of $22. So he's already selling this book for less, only selling 6,000 copies in its first week. So I don't think this book is going to be a huge moneymaker for Omid Scobie or the publishers, and there's no telling if the Dutch are planning to restock his book. So what do you guys think of karma coming a knocking for Omid Scooby-Doo, and do you think his book is going to be knocked out of the hundreds on the New York bestsellers list? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. Did Endgame end Meghan Markle's relationship with her high-powered agency, WME? Was this the final nail in the coffin for Meghan Markle? According to insiders, the agency was horrified when they learned about Endgame, and they believe she is now too hot to handle and guilty by association. Now, the Duchess and her husband, Prince Harry, have been radio silent on Omid Scobie's book Endgame, which we all know is Finding Freedom 2.0. This book has not done Harry and Meghan any favors in regards to their reputation or likability. Now, rumor on the street is that the agency is exasperated and could be on the final end of their contract with Meghan Markle. They signed with her back in April of this year, and she has not gotten one deal from WME, unless of course you want to do those fake little appearances of her dancing at Beyonce, or her showing up with little Prince Harry at the Katy Perry concert, or the Kevin Costner event where she literally bulldozed her way and tried to steal the microphone, which was super embarrassing to watch, or them showing up at a hockey game. I mean, it's really pathetic, all of these little fake public appearances that she is doing, but none of it is working. And WME has not gotten her any brand deals, 7, 8 months after signing her? Are we waiting for a mysterious great reveal that's coming out next year? I highly doubt it. I believe Meghan Markle is a complete joke, a complete nightmare, and now the agency has to make sure they're not going to be guilty of association with Meghan Markle. This woman is toxic, and I told y'all before, her contract ends in March, April of 2024. We're gonna blink, guys, and we're gonna be there. I'm telling you now, WME is going to let that contract expire, and they're going to come out with the speech, oh, we mutually decided to part ways. But I guarantee you, WME cannot wait to get rid of this woman, because she is unsellable and she is unlikable, and it keeps getting worse. The fact that Harry and Meghan keep drudging up all of this toxic negativity, it's like it's never going to stop. They are professional whiners. So I believe, and I'm going to put this out there for my 2024 prediction, Meghan Markle and WME are going to part ways, and they cannot wait to get rid of this woman. What do you guys think? Do you believe that WME is going to give Meghan the old heave-ho? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. Well, guys, that is all the royal news that I have for you today. Thank you so much for being so kind and patient. I know I'm behind on a couple of the royal stories, but don't worry, I'm going to cover all of the topics. But there is a huge scandal happening right now in Spain. The royal family is being rocked by another scandal. Queen Letitia's ex-brother-in-law just dropped a tell-all book, which is rivaling Endgame. So I'm going to work on that for my other channel, Royal News, History, and Fashion. And I'm also going to come out with my thoughts on The Crown Season 6 for Part 1. And then we'll do another one when the final one drops next weekend. But you guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.